In this example, in this lesson, we're going to talk about a Bootstrap modal. So you might have heard of modals, and what they are these types of pop-up windows that are used within Bootstrap. And you can see that what it does is it pops up this this little window. The window works the same way even when we do resize the page. So if we do have a responsive layout and we click the modal, you see that you've got that same modal there, and it's going to work on mobile devices and on desktops the same. And what it does is it grays out the rest of the page to really highlight this content. So it's used primarily for these types of alerts or just information. And you could also add a whole bunch of functionality into this, because this is going to be just standard HTML code. So what we have initially, we have a trigger for it. Look at our source code. So we're just looking for our trigger, which is up here at the top. And all we've done here, we've changed this href. So we've added in that data toggle modal. So the same thing that kind of like what we were doing up here for the navigation bar where we're toggling it. So this is going to either hide or show it. And the data target, so all we're doing is just assigning the ID of where this modal, the ID of this modal. And that's all we have to do to create a trigger for the modal. And then Bootstrap automatically knows that if this is a modal, if it's a class modal, it's going to hide it by default, and the role as well. So it's going to understand that's dialog, and here we've just set in that ID of first modal. And then here we've got some modal dialog. So this is just the content that's available within the modal, modal content, and then we've got an option here for a header, we've got an option for body, and we've got an option for a footer. These buttons are optional as well to close and dismiss it. So we've got a close button that we've added in, so type button default, and data dismiss modal. So all that is going to do is that's going to close it. The same thing as the button up here is going to do, it's just going to close that modal. So now that we've looked at the code, we're just going to refresh this and show you how that's going to work. So when we look at it, we see that we've got our header, we've got our content text, we've got our footer, and then we've got the two closing options that we've added in here. So these are options that should be included within it, especially when you're designing for mobile. You do need to have these buttons, because by default, if you were to remove these out, just show you what happens if we refresh that page once again. By default, there's no way to actually close this modal. So this is something that you got to be mindful of, and to make sure that you do have a way to dismiss the modal. Whether it's one of these buttons or a different format, you want to make sure that you can open and close it, and that you don't have any issues with the modal. And the modal functions through, again, as some of the previous components it functions through JavaScript. So you definitely need to include this jQuery tag, as well as the JavaScript source code for it. So if you don't have it, nothing's going to happen. And that's because that default Bootstrap JavaScript includes the jQuery in order to open and close the modals.